Gone to the electric company. Oh, my lights.
What's up, everybody? What's going on? Happy Saturday. How everybody doing?
We are here.
Mm-hmm.
Hello? Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you, Mama. Jenny, give me a quick recap, baby.
All right. Oh, here we go. Okay. So we got this episode. All 17 people are introduced at the brunch. These numbers is off to me, but we'll talk about why the math ain't mathing later because somebody ain't show up. So April and Lamar exchange words at the brunch and it gets a little heated when she asks him about how long he was in his last relationship. And then really not too much happened at the brunch. But anyway, Zoe, Jonathan, Kashia, and Alexis go on a double date. And Zoe and Jonathan are not feeling Kashia, but Jonathan connected with Alexis. William, Lamar, Patrice, and Vanessa go on a double date. Lamar is a little touched. He needs Jesus, but we're going to talk about that later. And he need to wash his hands. But anyways, Lamar is not feeling Vanessa. Patrice and William connected. LaRon and Patrice went on a solo date. He was more connected to the catfish than her, so there's no connection there. Then April and Jonathan go on a solo date. No connection there at all. They had the men's deliberation. And Lamar takes April on a date. Zoe takes Kashia on a date. April is eliminated. Then Kashia walks out of her date with Zoe. And then next week, we see Justin arrives. Chaz and Vanessa grow their connection. Mika thinks Jonathan's lying about his ex-wife. And Kashia has a problem with all the men in the ladies' lounge gets heated.
Lord have mercy. That was a good recap. Okay, what's up, everybody? Happy Saturday. Episodes last night to me was it was all right. It was better than the one I watched before. I'm not sure how y'all thought about that. The first thing I got on my notes is we found out that Will is adopted. Another moment where somebody's actually saying something, intimate transparency. I think me and Fernando talked about that the last time. That was the only one I saw. And Lamar said he was married more than once in April. I want to ask everybody a question about this, about the Lamar and the April conversation. So I know everybody was saying, of course, the favorite word we like, that she was aggressive. But was the question wrong for her to ask about that? About, how long you were married? Fernando, was that a crazy question?
It wasn't a crazy question, but if he didn't want to answer it, that's where communication comes into play. So we see that he's bothered by the question, just move on to another question or just drop it. But for her to emphasize on it and keep pushing and pushing it, that's where they say she's aggressive, and it kind of just creates an unnecessary back and forth between the two of them.
Okay, Keep My Cheeks TV, Mom. What you think?
I think his no answer was all the answer she needed, and she should have moved forward because it wasn't really anything wrong with the question unless your last time connecting with her was 2 weeks ago or currently. So the no answer was everything she needed.
Miss Unique.
I agree with the last comment. I felt like she put herself in a situation, at least as far as viewers go, that she was going to get the label as aggressive. Now, I felt like that was a straight through shoot, so I don't really know how much editing played a role in that, but it did definitely come off as aggressive. But I feel like it was really based on the fact that they really not a match no way. So you tend to get that when people have already, laid it out there that we not gonna be a match.
Wow. Lee.
I agree.
Abby. Oh my God. Abby, you agree too? I can't stand Lee.
Hell no. So here's my issue. Here's my issue. Here's my problem. My problem is What the fuck is the problem with you answering this question? Why won't you answer the question, nigga? What is it? That's a red flag for you, sir, not me. The fact that a general question, oh, how long were you married? No, I'm not answering that. Huh? Are you still married, nigga? Is there an issue? What's the problem? That
Mm.
is why there are follow-up questions. I don't understand why people is mad at her. Why are we not looking at this nigga who won't answer a basic question? Like he was offended that she would ask, oh, how long were you married? That just seems like a basic, like, that don't seem,
But
she just
that isn't
asked
what she
him.
asked. That's not what she asked. She asked him, have you been dating since you've been married? He said yes. She said, when was the last time you dated? He said, I don't want to ask that. Now, I agree with you. This makes him look bad. I'm not mad at April at all. I'm just saying I wouldn't have pressed it. As soon as he would have not gave me an answer, I was like, oh, he's still dating whoever he dating. Let me move on. But that's what he asked her. How long was your last date?
Mm. Dina.
Well, I believe in delivery. Clearly, there was no connection there, and I think that he didn't want to answer. This is my personal opinion. He didn't want to answer the question because it was a short amount of time that he was in this last relationship, or he's still currently in this relationship. Because let's not forget, there are people coming on the show that are still in relationships. They just doing this to get ahead, or promote whatever they got going on or whatnot. So I just don't think he's genuinely there for the purposes that are intended for this show. I think he wasn't expecting the question, and he didn't know how to lie, or he doesn't lie well, so he just was like, well, I'm just not gonna answer the question, because if I answer, they gonna know I'm lying. So that's kind of how I
I
So how
I
you
just did
go
think
on
he
a
didn't like
dating
her.
show?
He didn't like her.
well, that
How you
too.
go on a dating show and not prepared to answer questions about how you dating?
Because
Riddle me that,
because
Batman.
you're
That don't even make no
lying. That,
sense.
but you know what I'm
Ooh,
saying?
ooh,
You're lying.
not
Point
because you're
blank. That's
lying.
what I think it is. If you don't sit at home and be like, okay, so somebody says, when was your last relationship? 8 months ago, and it was a 2-year relationship. He ain't sitting at home practicing. He probably is still kicking it with whoever it was. He started with at the beginning of the show. They tell people
Mm.
all the time,
Mhm.
y'all say y'all don't know when these people gonna call y'all after they sign up in the paperwork. So you just supposed to put your life on hold until they call you. So if I'm dating, then I'm dating, because here I'm on the show dating 10 other men. So why wouldn't I be dating 10 other men in real life?
Well, I guess. I like I said, I don't think he liked her. I mean, he called the girl the pattern on. I just didn't think he liked her at all. Period. And I just, that's just the vibe I got.
And I'll
Eh,
agree with that too.
he didn't care what I don't think he would have cared what she would have said. He just didn't, like her. It was just it was a whole. That's a second date that was a mess too. But I don't understand why not answer the question.
And then
Just
he
get
got
done with
sassy.
it.
But if
Not
it's
seriously.
if it's a simple question, and he didn't want to answer it, would you all keep asking the same question over and over again?
No,
Like
I
my
would
thing is,
not.
if it's simple,
No.
let it go. So if it's a simple question, let it ride. Ask something else. You know what I'm saying? So for her to keep asking the question over and over again, and to keep emphasizing it, kind of made me feel like she might have another issue, because it might happen again where they have a conversation. She's just gonna be very adamant about getting her point across and getting her way, and it will annoy me after a while.
And you saw that later on when she was talking about the insecurities that she has, that was, brought on by her. Well, she was already insecure, and the things he did brought it out even more.
Various. Well, yeah, she said she was. She had. I don't know. She was being transparent, but I think it turned everybody off. I do. I don't think
Well,
nobody.
Back, Luke.
but still, he didn't have no reason to be sassy at the end. I don't like that.
Lord have mercy.
That's
So,
Lamar. That's Lamar.
yeah, Lamar just said what he feels, and he just kind of I use the word again, aggressive with his stance as well. I do. Okay, so we have the little with a triple date or whatever it is, but Kashia is Alexia and Jonathan Alonso. They went bowling. That was another date they went left as well. Child, I don't. Fernando, I'm gonna start with you with this date. Okay, so what were your thoughts of this? Because this date we left too. I was like, there's no connections here. It's just ridiculous.
I mean, it started off good with the competition and everybody being competitive and did a little chicken dance and all that. But with Koshia, boy, I mean, she's fine, she's beautiful, she got the
Uh-oh.
body and all that. But that attitude, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a bit much.
Miss Keita, how you doing, Mama?
I'm good. What's up, y'all?
What's
Lord
up,
have
Cookie?
mercy. So this date we kind of left Cookie. What you think about the triple? Like he said, it did start out okay. The chicken dance was kind of crazy or whatever, but from there it went yucky. Like I'm just not. It's not even going well with the dates. What's your opinion, Mama?
Yeah, I just don't see the connections like
Mm.
Fernando say. Like it started off like oh kind of cute and then it just kind of like went downhill like real quick. Like real awkward conversations are being had. Like why are we having these awkward conversations, bowling and having fun? Like what is going on here? I just didn't get
Mm.
it. It
Mm.
just seems like they're forced conversations happening. And I don't know if it's like production making these weird ass conversations like, hey, talk about this. But it just seems
Mm.
weird. It just seems
Interesting.
weird.
Unique. What you think, Unique?
Of course, I try not to throw either side under the bus, but I'm gonna have to be
Mm-hmm.
honest, just based on my own experience. It's weird the conversations that that production wants you to have based on the setting. So like she said, you somewhere fun where you bowling, but that'll be the time where it's like we want you to really dig in and go deep. But then we all sitting at a nice intimate setting one on one where that's the perfect time to ask the more serious questions and then you would say, oh, we want you to keep it light. It is not going to add up, and why we're going to end up continually getting these awkward conversations
Uh
every
oh.
time.
Okay.
It's not going to flow genuinely because it's not genuine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Get my cheeks.
Um, I'm sorry. I was backing out the garage. I wasn't paying attention.
The triple date they went on. It went good and started and it went kind of left at the end, or the middle to the end.
But which one?
Jonathan, who was it? Jonathan Koshia. They all
And
went on a
Joe
date.
and Alexis.
Yeah.
Jonathan is there to play in people's face because ain't he the one that's double backing with his baby mama and she still
Mm.
want him or ex-wife because he ain't really tell the truth or he omitted that it was his ex-wife. I just feel like this episode showed why this season was put on the shelf. There are absolutely no connections here. Um, but Jonathan is definitely a walking red flag. I wouldn't want to be bothered with him and him double backing with his baby mama still wanting him playing in my face even.
Hmm. Lee, do you want to touch on the Jonathan conversation, ma'am?
Sorry, I'm trying to like stay on mute. So I first and foremost, I didn't like how April and that other girl was like double teaming him and asking if he spent the block with his ex-wife. Now we grown. Why are you asking if he spent if now you can ask recently? He said he ain't sleep with that woman in over 2 years or whatever the case is. And he definitely was
Mm-hmm.
lying. But that's not a question that I feel like you shouldn't be asking that. You need to be asking other questions more to get to know him, hobbies, what your career path, shit like that. Not that you spend the block with your ex-wife because Mika got two baby daddies. We know you spending the block.
But I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be surprised if that was like chatter, like for amongst the cast, like, oh, I heard this. Because like it's just weird that they just coming out on TV talking about he spent the block. Like it had to be something going on or something been said or like some type of other substance to this that
Like
we're
something,
missing.
like something happened off screen.
Yeah, something happened
Mm-hmm.
off screen and some shit was said and they just like repeating it now. Like, so cause girl, he told me he was, people how be chatting and texting and
So
stuff.
I'm like,
I think that might be what was going on because it
yeah,
just doesn't make
I
any
feel like
sense.
that was stupid.
Well, also you have to take into consideration how he answered the question. When they said, "Does she still want you?" and then he was like, "Oh, I get the vibes." And then later on, there was another time when April asked him, and he was like, "Well, certain things she said in conversation." Look, you was married to somebody, you got kids with somebody, you know if they want you or not. So don't miss me with that playing dumb stuff. Like, and I ain't talking about every now and then you be like, "Oh yeah, we were so good together, but we're better as friends." I'm not talking about that, or let's spin the block one more time. Like, if she adamantly saying stuff like we should get back together, we should try again, we should da 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 da. Any woman that you bring is gonna be met with a wall, and she ain't gonna be accepting because she feel like she still got a shot. And if you don't shut it all the way down and you playing in her face too, then that's a recipe for disaster.
Well, the whole situation was just a mess to me. It was. I mean, the whole thing with a guy like that who says he was being transparent. Let's say this. At least he was saying that she still wanted him. He could have said nothing. I mean, I just want a point of view to say that he was at least being honest about it.
Thank you. Get a man benefit of the doubt. Like they pressing him about his baby mother, and then they say baby mama drama after the fact.
It,
Where was the drama coming from? If she likes him, he don't like her back. That ain't drama. That's her problem, not his problem. So
But it's
he
still drama though. What I'm saying is that a woman coming into a relationship with a man that got kids, eventually you and that woman gonna have to be cool too. If you get married or have a long term, relationship or whatever the case is. So if she still want him, you already lost the battle to win her over, to be nice, to essentially be her friend at some point where y'all can co-parent effectively and stuff like that. If she still want him, like, these are questions women ask. Like, I need to know what y'all situation is. Just like on the last season, where one man was like, "Well, we don't know about the co-parenting situation," and one man said, "Oh, it's gonna be what it is because I said what it is, and that's not what it's gonna be." So you gotta have some type of boundaries.
Well,
so that should have been
yeah.
the questions that they should have asked versus did you spin the block? What do y'all what y'all co-parenting look like versus did you spin the block with your ex-wife?
Makes sense.
I mean, you Nick, how do you feel about the ex-wife situation? I mean, the baby mama, or I'm sorry, I'm not sure what the situation is. How did you feel about that?
Um, I feel like the way the question was phrased, I can see what everybody's saying as far as, maybe she meant one thing and posed it in the spin the block. But I mean, all in all, I really feel like she was just trying to dive deeper and see what she was getting herself into because there is that previous dynamic. So I'll just say anything. So I personally didn't have a problem with her asking that.
Abby,
Yeah.
what you thought? I mean, well, his ex is in his life, and he said it. He said it to everybody. He's being transparent about it.
Hmm.
So,
Okay.
is it a bad thing? And he said it because now
No,
even the next episode.
no, I would appreciate that so I know not to deal with him. That's good to know. Because if you can't be clear about what it is and you hemming and hawing and, well, she want to get back with me and whoop de woo and all that other. No, thank you. Next. Appreciate it. Thank you for your time. You can go ahead and step away. Appreciate you. No, because I need you to be very clear and concise about what it is and what it isn't. Because I'm not jumping into as a baby mama. I know what it can be and what it could look like, and I'm not trying to do all of that. I'm not trying to jump into that. I'm not trying to fight someone who thinks you preventing her from putting her family back together. I'm not trying to do any of that because I choose violence, and I don't have time.
Hold on, Kim, my cheek
I
mute.
gotta be
Hold
clear.
on, I can't really hear Abby. Kim, my cheek mute, mom. I think it might be the car. I'm hearing.
Oh yeah, I'm in a
Okay, okay. So, Abby, what would you say? I could barely hear you, mama. I'm sorry, mama.
Got a turn signal. It's the turn signal. All I hear is that turn signal.
My God, on today. Okay, so
no, it's
whatever.
raining. That's the wipers. It's raining outside.
Oh,
Like I
okay.
said, for the record, it's not the turn signal, it's the windshield wipers. Please. Um, what I was saying was is that it's good to, as an indicator in this especially accelerated process, you being murky about what it is a red flag, and that takes you off my list. Thank you. Next, I'm moving on, because if you can't be concise about, no, we just co-parenting, we're on good terms, and that's it, and that's all. I'm not trying to wade my. You're not worth me wading into the water of that murky situation. And then this woman thinks that I'm trying to interrupt her, putting her family back together. And then I gotta bop that broad in the head because she acting crazy. Nobody has time for
Not
that.
the bop bop.
Listen, because
Pop,
that's
pop.
what it's going. That's where it's going to go. So in order to avoid all of that, your answer is enough for me to say no, thank you. I just thank you,
Mm.
sir. And I don't understand. Is it just me? Am I crazy? Or are all the men seem to be a little sensitive about being asked direct questions about what stuff is and what it isn't? Am I? Is
No,
it
that's
me?
just you.
It's just me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, it just be me. Because all
Okay.
these niggas are fugazi at this point. I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
date none of these niggas. Because you
Oh
can't
my
ask a
God.
direct question. You can't press on an answer that you were given, or you doing too much, or you do, oh, I don't like that. You can't tell me how I want to be. Well, then take your soft ass on, nigga. I ain't no your time
Oh
for that.
shit.
Okay, maybe it's me.
Where's the record?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna
Agreed.
go.
It's not just you,
Maybe it's
Abby. It's not just you.
okay.
Mm-mm.
Wait a minute. What
So
happened? Soft and shit. What the hell?
listen, maybe it's the old woman in me, but I just that they talking like they talking to young 20, 25-year-old girls who just gonna take any raggedy ass answer that you
Think
give them and not
what
push back.
Latasha.
And the second you push back, it's a problem. Why is it a problem? Be direct in your
This,
communications. Lead, nigga. Do
Latasha said
I
it
don't
wasn't a
understand.
conversation. Latasha said it was the interview allowed the conversation to flow naturally.
thank you. That's how I feel about
No,
that.
no, this is an interview, beloved. That's no. This, we are in an Excel. You get very. Y'all keep telling
Not the
us
direct
Speed
questions, but
dating.
this is
that's it.
this is an accelerated process. So the questions are going to be direct and they're coming fast and furious. And if you're not ready to answer the questions, or you can't answer the questions, these questions are going to come up regardless of if it's
Uh,
accelerated or not. It's just happening faster than it normally would be because we on a TV show. Why are you not prepared to answer these questions?
Damn, I can't see today. I ain't got no
So,
glasses.
like, okay, Keenan, like for instance, we all talk about this accelerated. We all said his speed dating. So, why is it that people still seem like they're having trouble with this every season? We talk about it. Every blogger talks about it. Y'all talk about it on different platforms. We all know it's speed dating. So, why is that is still an issue every season? Like it's confusion. I don't get it.
Because some of these
Thank you, Keena. Thank you, Keena.
oh
Go
shit.
ahead, go
I'm not
ahead, go ahead. She can go
no
ahead, go ahead, go
go
My
ahead.
ahead,
girl.
sis. Go ahead. She
Go
got
ahead,
it. Go
niece.
ahead. Y'all go ahead, Kingdom. Go ahead. Let me
Oh,
mute
I
myself.
I think that it's yes, it is speed dating, but you also got to take in consideration like you got cameras on you, you're like this is only what like day 2, like day 2 or day 3 or whatever. So, yes, we know it's an accelerated process, but you also is dealing with imagine going to accelerated process and then you got fake ass people around you in accelerated process. So you got to make a decision. Like, am I going to really do this shit? So it's a lot of things you got to really kind of like juggle through, like trying to really see if these people are intentional. You trying to like get information from people really quickly. Some people might be throwing you off with their responses. So it's a lot to really handle. And then on top of that, you got cameras on you. It's not like you speed dating with no camera. There's cameras on you. And people are saying shit to throw you off. Like, whoa.
What I want to ask you, just because we did actually meet the guys, and some of the guys are getting kind of trash. I'm just being honest, especially Lamar. Okay, so I want you to give your take. What do you think about it watching this episode? You know what I'm saying? How do you feel
Okay.
about it?
I mean, I did like the episode. Shit, what was I going to say? So I know we're gonna talk about the catfish scene. So the day of they brunch that they did, the day that they did that little mixers brunch, that's also the same day that him and the LaRon and Patrice went on that date where he was fucking that catfish up. That happened the same day. Apparently, LaRon was fighting for his life because he was drunk in that scene. So from what I gather, the second group didn't get to eat the brunch when they were introduced to the first crowd. The first crowd had already eaten, and there was no food left over when they got there.
What type of shit is that?
Hold on,
Okay,
I'm
I'm
not. I'm
sorry.
not done. I'm not done yet. So they told them to be on set at 10 a.m. They didn't get to meet the other cast members until like 1 or 2, and they were supplying them with liquor but no food. And then when they got to meet the other batch of people, there wasn't a lot of food left. And when LaRon was on, they were leaving the set. Somebody had told production. Production had called him and said that somebody wanted to go out on a date with him, and he was thinking that it was somebody else. It ended up being Patrice, and then that's how we got to the catfish scene. So that date happened the same day as the brunch situation. And I'm gonna wait till we get to the end because I got other information. I'm not a
But why is he drunk as shit on set? Like,
so
let's start there. Like, come on now. What shit? I mean,
according
you gotta.
to
I mean, it can't.
from what I was told,
Okay,
I'm only
Cookie.
going from what I was told, so I gotta go. Um, production thought that he was nervous and gave him a couple of shots.
Get the
I,
fuck out of here.
look, I can't. I'm not. I'm only saying what I was told, and so there's that. So that, but the way that they edited it, it looked like it was a different day, and it wasn't. It was the same day. So I don't know how long it took them to film the brunch, and I don't know how long it took them to film the second date. The date with the catfish. I don't know because I didn't ask. So there's that. But I like the
But even
episode.
if production, you're nervous and they're like, hey, we're gonna give you a cup, we'll give you a shot, and then they're like, we're gonna give you another shot. At a point, you'd be like, no, I'm good. Like, where do you stop taking the shot?
So okay, well,
When
all
do you
right, well,
stop? Like, you gotta get on. You gotta film. When do you stop?
I mean, we was. I'm gonna say this: the guys on this season, they know how to kick it. That is definitely for sure. Because every time our drinks was empty. They was making sure that we had a refill very expeditiously. So I can believe it. What he said, I'm gonna believe it because we didn't been around him and we didn't seen it with our own 6 eyes between the three of us that was there. So yeah, I'm a believer. But that date happened the same day as the brunch, so that wasn't a different day. It was the same day. So I'm assuming they was probably filming for at least a good 12 hours between the two events.
So now I need to
Okay.
know, was the catfish really that good, or was he just drunk
Yes.
and hungry? I need to
He
know.
he said that he hadn't eaten, which is probably why he was fucked up, which not even probably, which is why. And he said the catfish saved his life because he hadn't eaten all day. So I don't know where did he say that the name of that place was?
I forgot the name of the play, but the cat. I
Oh,
looked at
that's
the cat.
okay. I got
They
it. I
they
got
fit
it.
that they fish is actually good. So okay, so the fact that he was sitting there eating, she quickly said he wanted her to pay more attention. Did we see enough of the date to see where he wasn't paying attention to her and
No, it was
the dry
edited a
turkey
lot.
necks, the
Yeah,
dry
it
turkey
was.
necks that she was them turkey necks are dry. Okay, I'm just
They
gonna say
Them
that.
turkey necks look
Real
like
dry.
somebody white mama made them.
No, no,
Yeah.
no. Them
Oh
turkey,
wow.
them turkey necks.
Oh my God, Jesus,
Okay, that's
Jesus,
true.
help.
That's true. But them turkey necks look like they've been sitting there all under that heat lamp for a
And no
good.
juice, no gravy, no roux, no nothing.
No,
Like, I
anyways,
was
let's
like,
call
nah,
the
I
Pelican
know
House.
Texas know how to cook. Like, I
Baby,
know better
All
than
day.
this.
That
I
that
know
that
y'all ain't doing this in Texas, serving dry
it was
turkey necks.
trash.
Now we ain't
listen,
gonna do it in the
them
streets of
turkey them
Texas.
turkey necks been
Period.
they was sitting up under that heating lamp all day, and then they just brought it out when they came and sat down. And I am The Pelican House. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's them turkey necks was sitting out all. That's why the shot was so quick, because they made sure to make sure that catfish was on. If the catfish was a paid actor.
Oh, so unique, dude. Look like an editing scene. Look like it was edited, right? Because how's that we know that he paid attention to her the whole time, or not whole time, or ate the whole time? We saw 2 seconds of it. And he was eating.
It's
He was
it's
getting that enough
definitely
right.
it's definitely edited, and it was a golden moment, and that's what they took and ran with. I'm sure there was more conversation. Was it juicy? Probably not. They probably also are not a connection. Um,
They
they tried to
conversation
build
was
that up
rising
from.
turkey necks.
Oh my
they
God.
tried to continue it from the first whatever it was at the mixer, and it just didn't go nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Something out of this
So
date.
here's my question: how do we equate him eating to him not paying attention?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Because he was asking questions.
Like, I did he want her to stop and stare long into her eyes while she answered the question? Like he can't eat and listen at the same time? And furthermore, why is the men used to all the women they talking to being drunk because they keep their drinks full, and that's why they upset that they have sober women in front of them who are not going to just buy any bullshit they telling them because they have all their faculties together? Somebody, I have questions. Anybody?
Oh my
Anyone?
God, Jesus.
Anyone at all?
Oh Lord. Not like Bueller. Anybody? Anybody? Ain't nobody. Oh God. Give my cheeks TV, mama. Now, well, every extra good question because everybody is saying like, oh, he's not paying attention to it, but he was eating. The conversation was too short. We did not see enough to say that man was just eating, but probably said questions in between or different times. It just looks like that to me.
I agree with Evie because this the man that go out Wednesday to Sunday, 5 nights a week,
Tuesday.
and he can't handle his
Tuesday.
liquor. He don't know what drink is the cutoff. 2 shots is enough. Three, like, no. But then I also agree, if you looking for a date that's gonna sit up and have conversation with you the entire time, maybe not go to a restaurant, because I'm not gonna sit up and let my catfish get cold because that catfish did look good. I'm not about to let my
Mhm.
food get cold so I could no. Learn how to eat and talk, or eat your food. We'll talk during dessert or the after, the drink afterwards. But I'm not mad at that man for eating that catfish because it looked really good. Like that, whatever restaurant that was the best advertisement that they didn't have to pay for, because I know everybody looking up who loved them a good fried catfish place where that place is.
Girl, yes, they are. Pelicans.
Look,
I
already
got
the next time I go to Dallas, I will be going.
so I say maybe he mixed the brown with the white.
And how he nervous. He goes out Wednesday to
That's
Sunday.
that
He should have the
that's not
most
what I said.
practice
That's not what I
sitting
said.
up in these women's face.
That's not what I
Oh, I
said.
thought you said he was nervous and he had to get some shots.
Production thought that he was nervous. That's what I said. I didn't say he was nervous. LaRon ain't never nervous. LaRon talk to a goddamn tree if
He
he need
will
to talk
talk
back
back.
Oh.
to
I mean,
Hmm.
so nervous don't even go with it. Yeah, he.
him. Okay.
Well, he
So
just couldn't handle his liquor in the moment, because I don't believe if people are offering you shots and you know where you at, or he didn't care to handle his liquor, that he just gonna sit up and get drunk and then expect to be normal on the date. Now, I will give him an ounce of grace because I have done that plenty of times where I have popped the edible thinking, oh, I got a good hour before I gotta go sit down, and it'll hit me in a good 25 to 35 minutes, and now I'm messed up and stuck. So I will give him that little bit of grace. But no, I feel like he the main one that should have experience in ladies' face and experience in handling his liquor.
Mm. One day we did forget about the fluid paint date. Now I'm gonna say this. Now it was something a little different. It was a little different. They're trying to make it sexual. It's paint, but I mean, it's a little different than what we've seen before. The candles and the scent crap, whatever it was. So that was one date I say is. I mean, it's all right. It was all right. Dina, would you like the date with the
Okay,
paint?
let me just. Yeah, I was waiting on this. First of all, Lamar is confused because when he got to the men's lounge for deliberation, he's sitting up here thinking him and Patrice had this magical, wonderful connection. And clearly he is not reading the room because the vibe and the eyes and the body language that she was given, like, yeah, no. So he clearly is a little touched, but I didn't really care for the date. I mean, I just think they throwing people together and see what's gonna stick. I've been saying that the last couple of times. Is I really don't see where anybody is really like connecting. Like, it's just like, okay, we finna fake in front of these people's face, because you see more non-connections than anything. People just be like, all right, I'm done talking to you. You can see it, like, especially like Jonathan's face and Patrice's face. They have no poker face at all. They just look at people and you can already tell they talking and smiling, but they facial expression is like, is this over yet? Did they yell cut yet? You know, let me get my dry ass turkey wings to go and go home and put some gravy on them.
Oh.
That's a gravy. Hold on. So
So maybe it's
Fernando,
me. I see
yo,
three
go.
different connections. It's
Go ahead.
Koshia with Laron. That's one connection. You
No.
have Patrice. All right. Patrice with Alonzo.
Sorry.
Like a connection.
Absolutely not.
Oh my God.
Are y'all watching the same show I'm watching? Or no? I ain't watching the same show?
Oh,
Okay.
go ahead. Talk
Never
your
mind.
shit, Fernando.
Never mind.
Talk your shit, Fernando.
Damn,
Talk
man.
your shit. Who go, Fernando? Who go?
I'm so sorry.
That's it. Now I ain't got nobody else. That's it. Ain't no connections. Y'all right. Ain't no connections.
No,
Said you be
No, the only one I'll
Headaches.
say that I
You give
saw
me
one,
headaches.
and that was Jonathan and Alexis.
Thank you. That's the
That's
third
it.
one. Thank you.
Okay, I can agree with that one. I
Oh,
can
you
agree.
see that one? Oh, okay.
I can yes. I can agree with that. But them other two, that's shit for the birds. Say somebody else. Get somebody else to do it. Mm-mm.
Alonzo dropped the chair. It was like, you know, making me nervous. It was a cool little moment. You know?
Who?
Alonzo and Patrice. When he dropped the chair at brunch when he was coming to see
boo.
y'all tough, boy. Y'all tough.
Tomato.
No.
I wasn't gonna say
Pineapples. I just.
throw tomato. Mm-mm. Now,
I'm trying to be positive with you, Fernando, with that. Like, maybe I saw a little glimmer, but it's just still too early for me to say.
you got a 30.
connections,
You
though.
33% accurate. That's it. That's all I'll give you.
Oh my God, Jesus help.
So no one seen the previews of Alonzo getting on his knees? No? With the same Patrice I'm talking about right now? They ain't the same person?
I saw
okay.
that.
Okay. Oh, all right.
Oh, come on now.
But we talking about a show where people brought their ex-girlfriend, but it was actually their current girlfriend on the next episode of that show. Come on now, get the fuck out of here with that. No,
Ooh.
I said no. The answer is no. Get somebody else.
I say good day.
We're talking about third episode.
I say good day.
Focus.
Get somebody else to do it. No, absolutely not.
Jesus help.
All I'm saying, but the
Now
point
he
is,
said
it's for
talking
TV.
about the third episode, and then after pointing out something that happened.
It's for
Hey,
TV.
don't go backwards. Don't go backwards. Okay, let's stay right now. Don't go backwards on me.
Wow.
Don't pay attention to the men behind the screen. Don't pay attention to the men behind the screen.
Jesus help. Please help me. Because I'm struggling. Help me, y'all. Okay, so I forgot where I was. Okay, so the question about being choked and spanked. I want to start with Abby. Hold on. I want to start with Abby. So with that whole conversation,
What else? What else?
No, ma'am. Hold on. I'm saying I want to know. That's not what I asked, ma'am.
Okay, my bad.
I should have not. So when she got so upset, did you agree with her? Because she really was a dramatic. I mean, I was a dramatic. Very upset because he asked these questions and didn't like the sexual innuendo, all the things. What are your thoughts?
Just like I think the men was doing too much, I feel like she was doing too much. Like, did you tell a man that you potentially dating that I don't feel like you need to know my preference in that area? Are you, ma'am, are you okay? The men you potentially want to date, and sex is going to show up sometime, somewhere in this situation. You upset for him asking a question that has a sexual connotation to it?
Uh,
Ma'am, how old are you? What are you doing, beloved?
She said it wasn't a question. It was the fact that he was playing in her face, acting like it wasn't sexual. That's the part that I didn't like. Like, don't lie in the girl's face. You know it's sexual. And if you want to play around and be like, "Why'd you get so sexual about it?" and be, sarcastic, then that's cool. But after the whole conversation, he really emphasized trying to make a point, like, we should da 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 da. It's like, dog, let it go, bro. Let it go. Like, the girl don't want to talk about it. You still trying to keep going on about it. It's just like, it was weird. But she has a guy doing
Sir,
it that way. Kind of
right.
surprised me.
And
Like, bro.
sir, I need you to take that for the red flag for you that it is and move on.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Yeah, it wasn't like if she was uncomfortable with it, he could have gratefully apologized and bowed out of it. You know what I'm saying? He kept pushing the fucking button, like, stop what you're doing. Like, and I think that it was just too much and it was distasteful, honestly. Once she didn't like it, that could have been the end of it.
Right.
And
And then they
he could have
move
moved
on.
on.
Again,
Unique.
once again,
Okay.
there's no connections. Scrap all of them and start again.
Yeah, that's just really the theme of this particular episode. Nobody knows how to check temperature, and once you get an answer, you got to be okay with that answer, even if it didn't thoroughly answer your question or you didn't get it the way that you wanted to get.
You went out for a second. You went out.
This episode is yeah.
Dina.
Look, if you playing like it seemed like they was playing like a little like rapid fire questions, where you supposed to answer split fast because that gives the correct answer. So I'm not saying that he should or shouldn't have asked the question. I will say that if she was that disgruntled about it, like he said, we gonna move on and don't bring it up, and he tried to go back to it, and that's when she got up and walked out, he should have left it alone. But if we gonna get testy over questions, then none of these people are grown. But I agree that once you said, okay, this is the end of the conversation, we're not going to talk about it no more, and he brought it up again, he was wrong on that end. And she did what she said she was going to do. She stood on business and got up and walked out.
Interesting. Well, Keena, what you thought, mama, of the whole conversation?
I said, I agree with everyone else. Like, he could have just bowed out gratefully and not mentioned it again. Like, it was just, he could have just left it alone. To me, that was just you trying to push buttons and almost just a little bit immature. And like we said, there's just no connection. Like, if she was connected to him, she'd have been like, spanked, but there was just no connection.
Right, right.
She like, I ain't feeling you like that. You don't get to ask me that, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
true facts.
No connection. Bottom line.
Yes. Well,
because different men get different results when questions are asked.
100%. Oh my God, Keena. Yes, ma'am.
key.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, that's true. Because if you're receptive to what that man is saying, you've been cool with the spank and all the things, or if you wasn't cool, you still have been like you said, giggling and sniggling, and she just wasn't feeling him. But the response was so aggressive. Hers pushing the chair back and I take the mic off of me. I ain't got time to fool with this nigga. All that stuff. I mean, I just thought it was the response was literally extra. I don't know.
The reason behind it.
It was
No, her response was correct because that man was playing in her face. That man was gaslighting her, trying to act like, and she already made it clear, I didn't appreciate it. It was sexual. Let it go. When he came back, like after he said, you can continue being ready to love, but then he had to come back and play in her face again. Yeah, take this mic up off of me. I'm just surprised she came back to the show. That would have been my cue to be like Glenn. Is it Glenn? That would have been my Glenn moment. I'm just surprised she came back to the show.
Not the Glenn. Well, no, I wish she wouldn't have pushed it after the fact. Once you told her she's ready to love, why even go on and on? So I didn't understand that either. I didn't really get it. Like, okay, it's over with. You already told her she's gonna stay, so gonna let it go. I don't know what the issue was. He must have had a personal issue with her. I don't even know what that was about. Fernando,
well, maybe he was trying to clear it up.
Maybe he was it might have that conversation. Sometimes they play things backwards.
True, that's true too.
So we don't even know when that conversation
happened. You're correct.
That's why I said
Fernando.
Makina.
And
Like
it started
maybe
off camera. It started
maybe
off
she left
camera.
and came back, and then he told her you still can stay. Because I can't see him telling her, you are still ready to love,
Right,
but then
right.
turn around and bring that stuff back up again. Like that sounds kind of crazy. So
Yeah.
I think it's bad editing in my opinion. I think maybe it happened earlier. She left out. They calmed her down. She came back, and he said it's peace. Because when
Exactly. I
when
think so too.
when he
Yeah,
said
that
it, she had
makes
an attitude
sense.
on her face. Like she still looked pissed off. So
Yeah, she did. And it's crazy to make him look crazy like that. Editing be, man, that'd be something else with the
you know
editing.
what
I
I'm saying?
swear, it's
And now he's
messed
like a
up.
clown now for doing that. And it's messed up. If he didn't, if he didn't go that same order, it's messed up to him, make him look that way to the audience and everybody else.
You Nick, you got a face. You agree with it? Maybe editing.
It's
Oh,
definitely it was aired backwards.
we can't even hear you. My man went completely out. Hey, you says apparently the men brought up all the stuff they had a problem with.
And
Lee,
Luther was one of them.
what'd you say, Lee?
No, what was you about to say?
No, what was you getting ready to say? You
I
got a
was.
face.
You said what?
No, I was reading. Hey, you. Apparently the men brought up all the stuff that they had a problem with, and so I just would, the whole scene broken up. What you said earlier, I couldn't hear you. You said you had something you want to add to it, right?
Yeah. So, with that whole, do you prefer to be spanked or choked? That was not the first time that she heard that question. The reason why I say that, I can understand. I know why she got up and left that the way that she did, and it's definitely justified because of when that question was asked, and then it was brought up during filming again. So it is what it is. I felt like that would they should have. It definitely happened before she stormed, like before they brought her back. It happened before then. Like, yeah, they just edited it terribly wrong. But yeah, that happened. That question was asked off camera 24 hours before that date happened.
Okay, one of the comments in the chat. Hey, said Lamar, how men are the ones who ask women about their careers and backgrounds, yet get mad at them having more accomplishments. I don't. He was
I
throwing
don't
shots
think
at her because he
it.
was already
I think
irritated.
it's. I think it was how she was responding. Like I mean, yeah, she's very accomplished, but like there's a softer way to just respond to different things.
Who we talking
I
about?
think she was. I
April.
think she was just kind of. She was just kind of. I don't want to say aggressive, but it was just kind of like, whoa, okay.
Not
I
love
got
is
you.
violation.
He wasn't answering the questions as in two people having a conversation. She was answering the questions like she was on an interview trying to get a job.
Yeah.
It's about the delivery. It's not like, well, I would softer, engaging in the like, what college did you go to? Well, I went to such as no. She was like, well, I went to this and I graduated, and I got a master's and a doctorate, and all before I was 25. Like, it was matter of factly, like you were in an interview when they say list your accomplishments.
Well, it was a complete 180 from this when she was talking to Lamar for when she was at the mixer, because when she was at the mixer, they asked her like, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" And she was like, "Oh, I sell drugs." Like, that was cute. I could fuck with that. But the way that she was matching Lamar's energy, I'll give her that.
She was matching the smoke, but I also think that April also had a lot of stuff within her background with the men. She said she's insecure. She seemed hurt. And so a lot of her questions, how she was presenting herself to me was more like she just had this hurt background. And I don't know. I really wish I don't have a problem with her asking some of the questions that she asked. I just think that a lot of men were put off by April. That's my opinion. Maybe it's just these men. It just that her man wasn't there. I don't know. Just being honest.
Yeah, that's it. Her man was not there.
I mean, nobody liked her. I mean, the man talking about her pattern, her clothes. I'm just like, they just didn't like her. I don't know if it's just her how she came off.
That was a little trashy. He didn't have to go there. Like, you don't even got a side tooth. You shouldn't be talking about nobody.
Oh shit! Not even. Oh my God! Jesus help!
I mean, you can't talk about people when you ain't right. I'm sorry. Like, stop. That wasn't nice. That wasn't nice. I'm talking about what she had on. Stop.
I mean, okay. Well, then if that's the case, then we need to keep the energy straight across the board, because when Mika called him the old boy, the nutcracker, we need to keep it all the way across, because well, I wasn't paying attention to the girl's clothes anyway, so I can't tell you what she had. Wait, who had on the purple dress? Who said, what's his name? Said she was looking like Barney. What was her name? That was Vanessa.
Oh, yeah, okay. The men were kind of clowning the women today, but the women also were clowning the men as well. So it goes back and forth. Another round. Hey, another round. Let's not forget, if you have not said it, Lamar tried to kiss her.
He gave her a kiss on the cheek. That's a big. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
But I was feeling appropriate though. I didn't think that was cool personally. If you had a brunch and you walk up and kiss somebody on the cheek, like, I don't know you like that, and she backed up off of him. He thought it was cute, and it wasn't cute.
Oh, I'm not saying that it was cute. I'm just saying that he just gave her a little kiss on the cheek. She addressed it, like,
again. I will say this every episode. We have two sets of rules. All people, not just the women. We have rules for people we like, and we have rules for people we don't like. Because if somebody I like gave me a side hug and kiss on the cheek, I'd be like, "Hey, boo." If somebody I don't like, I'd be like, "Why is you putting your dusty lips on me?"
100%.
Lips.
but she's right though. Depending who it is. Hey, you says that she should go. April. She just go on date with professional circles like pharmacy conventions. Men in the levels tend to date and marry women with similar backgrounds. What do y'all think about that?
I agree to an extent, but if she want to date a black man, that's probably 0.4% of the pharmaceutical industry.
Okay.
I'm willing to bet at least the legal pharmaceutical industry don't have men.
Oh my God.
We on the air, so I gotta make sure I stay
Jesus Christ.
I don't want to have to call Auntie Simone to come and help me out. That's it. The legal pharmaceutical industry is probably less than 1% of successful black men that ain't married to a white woman or already married to somebody else.
Well, the thing about it, her man was not there, and I know they're gonna label her as aggressive as always, but
I would be glad to be gone if I was April, because let's be real clear. None of these men are in her financial
Exactly. You. Exactly. That's it. And ain't no shade to her, but I don't feel that she should have went home on this episode. I feel like she should have went home.
Her person not there. If my person's not there, let me get the hell on.
Well, she
should have been gone.
Oh, damn.
Man, let me tell you something, because I ain't gonna lie to you. This selection of men, if I would have been, once I got to the main mixer, I would have stayed around long enough to get to the main mixer and the at the brunch or whatever, and I'd have pulled Tommy to the side. My person not here. I don't care nothing about no check. I'll sign an NDA. I don't give a damn. Just let me go, because my person is not here.
Because we didn't talk about how April and Jonathan went on the second date, and she was grilling him again about the same baby mama drama.
She was.
The brunch. It was like, let it go. Like, why are you still talking about it? So she'll know how to read a room. She'll know how to communicate or just accept a guy's answer. So I think she needs more than
she brought it back because she didn't get an acceptable answer the first time.
There it is.
But she won't answer the first time.
Sometimes no answer is an answer, or you got to accept the answer you get. I don't know why she beating a dead horse.
I'm not gonna keep on asking the same question. Don't know. I already know we're not a match. I'm not gonna keep continue asking the same question. You're not gonna answer it. I'm not doing that. Nah. It's much work.
I might need that breath later on in life. I'm not wasting it on no food.
I need the breath later on in life.
I said that's some damn work. I gotta be constantly grilling you by stuff. Nah, I'm not doing that. No, sir. I'm just gonna move on to the next case. Period. Okay.
And there was a lot of nexting going on between the men and the women. They was fed up real fast.
They was very irritated with all the men. I didn't see a match for anybody. Everybody seems irritated.
I will tend to circle back. If you give me an answer, I'll accept the answer the first time, even though it seems fugazi, but I'm going to bring it back around eventually. I'll be like, so remember when you said such and such and so and so? So what did you really mean by that? Something like, because I'm going to bring it back around, because the answer you gave me the first time was some bullshit, and I just... It's something about the Scorpio with me. I'm gonna bring it back around. I am.
Not
Cause
I'm gonna circle back.
I'm gonna circle
Yeah,
back
but
around.
Abby, you do it in a nonchalant way. Like, hey, not like a drill sergeant.
What is this? Is her name Anissa? No.
Anissa said April's a dating feminine coach. I can't.
No,
I
she
need
don't. No. April needs
No, she
therapy.
doesn't.
She no,
get the
she needs
likes up. Get the likes up. Get the likes
she
up,
She don't need
please.
therapy either.
April needs therapy because whatever, I mean,
Oh wow.
everybody has their insecurities about themselves. But if you are allowing your insecurities to overpower you when you are trying to date, you need to go to therapy.
So what
That's it.
insecurity? Wait, but what? Wait, how did you get that? She's
Because she said it.
insecure.
Because she said
She
it.
did. She did say it.
She said it at the table. So you need to go listen, you need to go to you need to go to therapy, baby. Go to therapy.
That's
Go
what I get for not paying attention
betterhelp.com.
to the
And
whole
because
episode.
you a pharmacist, your insurance, I'm pretty sure your insurance covered you to go to therapy. Betterhelp.com is free for the first 30 days. I guarantee you'll be all right. Go to therapy, baby. Go to
Well,
therapy.
okay, y'all know how I feel about the fact that when they label women as aggressive, y'all know how I feel about it. I don't have to go into it, but what I'm saying is not, and I understand sometimes when men do that, I hate that freaking verbiage, but I do understand. I'm a very aggressive woman. I'm not gonna even whatever. I'm just gonna say it. I'm aggressive. I'm gonna tell you what it is. I got told recently I'm blunt. It is what it is. I wear that badge proudly. I don't give a damn. But at the same time, I'm not gonna keep on pushing for some shit if I know this person is not responding to me. This person's not being receptive to what I'm saying. I'm not gonna keep on pushing this shit. I'm not doing that. That's what damn work. I'm not. We're gonna move
I
on
don't
from this
feel that April was
conversation.
aggressive. I just feel like her delivery was fucked up. And I say this every season on every show that we talk about. It ain't what she said, it's just how she said it. I'm not gonna call the girl aggressive. I ain't gonna do that. I'm just gonna say that she
Listen, but everybody doesn't have the same approach, and that's not her personality. And the man whose personality that matches with hers is gonna like the fact that she's direct in her approach and
Mm-hmm.
in her questions. And the
Mhm.
niggas that ain't for her are gonna think she doing too much. It is what it is. Her approach is her approach. You either like it or you don't. Either get on or get off, or get. I don't know what you want me to do, because this is who I am. I'm going to present to you who I am. If I'm your type of tea, then have a sip. If not, pass the cup to somebody else.
Have a
The
sip.
end.
I love that. For real. I swear to
That's why
God,
she
like
went
that.
home. That's why she went home.
I'm glad she
Sh-
went home, because she would have been aggravated, and I would have been aggravated on her behalf this whole season. Because how I ask you a general, direct question, and that's being aggressive and doing too much. Well, nigga, I don't know
Girl, that
what
conversation.
little flip floppy pick me bitches you been talking to, but that's not who this is. I don't understand what you want from me. Just
I'm not gonna. The,
that's
the
it.
thing. The thing about it is, for as far as a woman, I'm not gonna change. As far as me being aggressive in air quotes, all the things, I'm not changing in there. I love that about myself. And as Ebby said, there is a man that loves all of this. That I'm gonna be coming at you straight up and down, no bullshit. I'm blunt, all the things, and we'll love it. I feel like there's somebody for everybody. I don't think a woman should ever just they did call her aggressive another round. I think a woman should never not change who she is or try to be more soft, as they put it last season, all the things to appease a man. I'm not doing none of that shit. Take me for who I am or move the fuck on. That's really how I feel about it. Period. So
Fuck with it or fuck off. And I'm okay
That
either way.
needs to be on a
And,
shirt.
that's all. That's the
and,
post. Like that's the post. That's the
That's
post.
it. That's the post.
Like
and
shit.
once again, just like women, the man, that choke and spank question. If I'm getting that question from a man that I'm giving that type of energy to, I'm going to answer the question. If I get it from a man why are you even breathing the same air as me? I'm going to be offended that you asked the question. It's the same for men. If it was a woman who he was genuinely attracted to, he would have answered the question without a problem. It's the fact that he wasn't really feeling her, and she had the nerve and the audacity to ask a direct question and expect an answer from me. No, bro, you doing too much. Whoop de woo 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 woo, and I'm gonna walk off. Well, take your little zesty ass on. And if I ask that question to somebody that you genuinely attracted to, because clearly it's not me. Because me asking you a genuine question should not garner that type of response from you, sir. It just
Mm.
should. Point blank.
Unique. How do you feel?
Can we just?
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
We got to start calling a thing a thing. These niggas is not attracted to each other. They not. They're just not attracted to each other. And so You getting all these mismatches and all these hard conversations and the oh nope, no thank you. That type of fever from each other because they're not attracted to each other. They're not each other's type, which is why you should not have done an elimination until everybody got a chance to meet everybody.
Mm.
Unique,
Yes,
how'd you feel about the aggressiveness and all the things?
Uh, from so many different, I met the lady. I didn't. So I can only say I feel them from the fact that it wasn't a match. I feel like, as we all know, stuff is said or done off camera. I think it's more behind that. On top of the fact that it's not a connection when it's playing back. So I think aggressive might be to put that actual label on her. That may be how it came out. Yeah, I think it's just based on the fact that there's not a connection.
You are super choppy, mama.
And I couldn't really is the point.
You are super choppy, Unique. I know you trying, mama, but probably at mobile it's sometimes stream y'all be tripping.
Not
So
sure
Kate,
first internet.
so Keita, what are your thoughts? Well, I also want to hear Fernando. The word aggressive always people don't like that word, and I. So April would not let go, like Mark Jesus, whatever one say, she gone, blah blah. And part of the reason why they say is because she's aggressive and da da da. So what is your thoughts about that? Keena.
I want to call. Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry. She there? Cause she just came back. Can she hear me? Cookie. Okay, go ahead, Fernanda. Remember she having problems. StreamYard be tripping on the mobile. Go ahead, Fernanda.
I wouldn't call her aggressive, but she was persistent, unnecessarily persistent, in my opinion. So she kept going at it over and over again. Then the following conversation, still going at it. Same as when she being eliminated by Lamar, still bringing up old stuff. So for me, it's just the fact that she couldn't let things go. That would annoy me. So I wouldn't call her aggressive, just overly persistent.
Yes, I would say irritating to the men. I wouldn't say aggressive. I think that she was irritating the men, in my opinion. Somebody said in the chat, black man media says April equals no accountability. Do you agree with that?
This is Keena. I don't think she was aggressive. I think that she was, like Fernando said, pushy. She was a little too pushy for people's taste buds, especially when you're just meeting people. And maybe maybe she did have some good conversations with people, but in that room when all the men got together, that was like the thing, like, oh yeah, she was kind of real pushy, like pushing buttons and like interview style, like, so what's this? And tell me what's this? And have you been? It was like, okay, well, relax. It wasn't a natural conversation she was having with the men. It kind of seemed rehearsed to me.
Oh, yeah. Because that whole scene was broken up really bad. A lot of scenes in this episode, I feel like, were broken up really bad and rehearsed, like you said. Unique, hey, you said was red aggressive to Unique about the thought job. I don't know. Unique, that's for you, Mo. I don't know if your connection. Go ahead.
I think, and just cut me off if it gets choppy. I think a similar situation. I think where
girl, we cannot hear you. You are too choppy.
It's too choppy. It's very choppy. Come out, come back in. You need come back in. Oh, okay. Shout out to Chaz is in the chat. Chaz says she was assertive.
There it is.
Not aggressive.
There it is. That's it. Come through with the adjectives, Chaz. Come through.
So, Fernando, as a man, listen to this. Would you agree with that assessment? Because I like that he says assertive. That's aggressive is the word they use for us all the time. And we all talked about this last season. Like, that's always the word they say when we're aggressive. I love how he changed that up. What's your thoughts, Fernando?
I'm not Chaz. So if Chaz feels she's assertive, she's assertive. I just think she was being persistent. But assertive works. But I say she was just being a little bit too persistent. But he was there, I wasn't. So I let him have it.
Well, all right, you did. Lee, I think, agreed with that assessment as well. Lamar was doing too much. Black Media says she was already leaving. No need to add dismiss. Oh yeah, he did say that.
Oh, that was sassy. That was
Sassy,
sassy.
extra
That,
sassy.
that was sassy.
Chad said the editing was bad. This episode very choppy.
I
Unique,
Yeah, it was.
Can y'all hear me?
you sound great. Go ahead.
Okay, because I've been driving around DFW trying to find this signal. Um, I will say I feel like that is a fair comparison as far as that last comment. Um, I didn't find Red to be aggressive when it came to the thought job. I think it's like how Fernando said, it's a can't let go. And that might bother some people and be just fine with others. I wouldn't necessarily put that label of aggressive on him the same way I'm not putting the label of aggressive on April. I think it's a case by case situation.
Who said
Okay.
Lamar was aggressive? I didn't get aggressive from Lamar.
Oh,
I
did I
got
say Lamar?
food.
Okay, my bad. I meant Red versus April. I didn't find either one of them to be aggressive if I said Lamar.
I'm sorry, I don't
Okay.
know who is who. So
Lamar's the one that
Lamar
asked about
Red.
the skinny dipping and didn't want to answer the question about the marriage situation and how long and all that stuff. So that's who they're calling
At
and
this
saying
point,
Lamar doing too much.
they all look the same to me. I don't
Jesus
know.
Christ.
I don't know. Uh, who's the one with the beard who had the attitude with baby girl when she was like, and he hit Dr. April, and then the minute she asked him a direct question, he had an attitude. It's all about nobody cares
Lamar.
about your degrees and
Lamar.
stuff.
That's
Him.
Lamar.
Why is he so sensitive? Like it's like the as soon as she asked him like a real question and pushed for an answer, he was like, "Well, don't nobody care about your little funky ass degrees, and you can take your ass." Oh, well, hold on, player. I just asked you a
He just
simple
mad because he
question.
barely graduated high school. Let's just go
Oh
on, keep
God.
on moving.
My God, on
Jesus.
today.
Oh Lord. What happened?
Not he just barely graduated high school.
I just can't stand when people want to degrade somebody for their accomplishments because I don't know what his issue is, but if you get a doctorate, everybody know you got to do that dissertation. I mean, getting a master's is one thing, but now you got a doctorate. So don't be trying to. That's like when somebody borrowed $20 and they be like, "Here, your funky $20 back." It wasn't funky when I gave it to you. Don't be doing that. Don't be doing that. He's just too sassy for me. I don't like him at all.
Oh my Lord.
Now, since
Jesus.
you know everything, since you got your fancy degrees,
I can't.
Not precious, not precious. Since you
Oh
know
my
everything, you
God.
got your funky ass degree.
I mean, Lord, keep what she be saying about that, mama. So, okay, anybody got any final thoughts about this
Lord
episode? Because
girl.
this episode gonna be a whole thing. People gonna be getting up, gonna to a fight or whatever's happening. So, what's any final thoughts for
The
everybody?
name should have been Mix and Mingle and everybody coming out single. That's how this is gonna work.
Oh Lord
Delicious
After
Jesus.
Tommy,
and
after
sweet.
Tommy just said mix and mingle and don't try to come up single.
I can't. Okay. Everybody, final thoughts. My final thoughts is the next episode gonna be a mess, and
Hmm.
I'm just gonna be ready for that. Whatever the fallout with, and the women ain't giving a whole lot for me. I'm not trying to be funny, but everybody, final thoughts. Go ahead, Dina.
Oh, like I said, everybody coming out single. They're gonna be some half-ass connections. People gonna get testy about whatever took place. Everybody coming out single. If there is one connection at the end of this that make it to the bridge, it's gonna be fake. I don't believe none of these people like each other. I believe it's all superficial. I just we could just close the door now and just everybody go home.
Mm-mm. Kena, Cookie, what's your final thoughts?
I'm in agreement. Next up, like there's no connections. The connections definitely people are definitely staying on the show just to get to the end. Um, and yeah, I don't really have any final thoughts. I think this episode was just kind of all over the place, so I have no final thoughts for it.
Fernando, I love Cookie's realness.
Yeah, I agree
Fernando,
with Cookie. It was all over the place. The editing was what it was. You can see it didn't flow well. I hated the fact that they showed LaRon eating that fish like 7, 8 times. Then it was showing eating
right?
the neck bones. It's like You know what I mean? It didn't look good on him.
Mm-hmm.
In the previews, so during the commercials and stuff, they show a guy on a jet ski falling with a girl, and I ain't recognized him yet. So just in general, I feel like the show should be better edited because why would you show somebody that might not be on there yet? It's just like why wouldn't you use better sense in production and showing the show stuff like that? So it's kind of giving certain things away. Even like Alonzo getting on his knees, whether it's a joke or not, I wouldn't show that early because it just kind of giving things away. So those things I don't like about the show at all. In general, I just feel like it's kind of showing that updates need to be made, changes need to be made going forward.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. Lee, final thoughts, Mama. Lee.
I'll see y'all next week. That's all I got.
Yeah, I knew she was gonna do that too. Unique.
My final thoughts are I feel like I agree. Somebody said it earlier. People, there are no connections. People are sticking around just to stick around. And hopefully somebody's person is finna be one of these wild cards that pop up next week. Because that's the only hope.
Yeah, I thought about that too. Yeah, I thought about that as a wild card too. Well, I don't have nothing I can say. I'm just gonna wait till next week. Let's get the final. Sister Abby, you ready?
I stay ready. Well, you ready? Nice and magic. All right, dear Heavenly Father, it's again we come to you one more again. Lord, we tired. We tired of all of this already. We just on episode 3, God. You're gonna have to move and move quickly. Because this is going down the toilet and we don't know what to do with this. Lord, please let whoever shows up as a wild card be somebody interesting and attractive for us to talk about. Because the ones that are currently up here is no bueno. And if you do this, we'll be so careful to give you all the glory and honor. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. Amen.
Amen. Also too, I want to give a shout out to Demita Joe, who's in the building, who is always dropping everybody's links throughout the entire time. Please go follow her. She's also a content creator. Make sure y'all go and follow her. And also, all of the links have been dropped the entire time. Cash App, drop Cash App, ladies, in the chat. Make sure y'all follow and subscribe and all the things. With that being said, we
If
out
your
of here.
hostess.
I love, I love y'all down. We out of here. Bye.